Happy Magic Monday, everyone. How are
Happy
you?
Magic Monday. Hope you're staying warm.
This is not our regularly scheduled winter. This is beyond.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's very, very cold. Anyway, in the cold, let's talk about aging.
Yeah.
Topic, right?
Yeah.
Um, Christine, you and I were speaking about this last week, and we're always talking about how we're self-fulfilling prophecies. And I think that sometimes we think that that just has to do with, the big things in life, or, the things that are individual to us, right? What we want to accomplish, what we want to do with our lives. But this applies to everything, including overarching things such as aging, where our society has this idea of what aging means, and that doesn't have to have anything to do with your own personal experience.
And, when it comes to issues of health, our mindset is so much more powerful than, we know. Just in the last 40 years, we know more than ever the power of our thoughts and emotions to impact our biochemistry. And when it comes to aging, literally, program our biology to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Yeah. And how does this work, right? People think, well, my mom and my grandma, they were both wrinkly, or they both had osteoporosis, and that means I'm going to get that too. Yes. And even though there's no reason for us to get that, we program ourselves to expect it. And then guess what? It happens.
Yeah. Yeah. We're no longer victims of our genes. And that's what's so exciting is, the field of epigenetics tells us that literally 5 to 10% of what's in the DNA is going to actually manifest. 90%, up to 95% of that is completely lifestyle or environmental related, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
5 to 10% is, we don't have anything to do with it. And up to 90% is completely our thoughts and our feelings about things.
Exactly. How we react to situations, how we advocate for ourselves, the decisions and the choices that we make for ourselves, right? The things that we take into our lives. I mean, all of that. So we're so much more in the driver's seat when it comes to our health, and especially aging, because we all have this programming that goes with it, right? We have these pictures in our minds of what it means to age. Oh, I'm going to get old, and that means I'm going to get sick. I'm going to be, dependent. I'm not going to be able to do stuff. My body's going to break down, right? And we kind of sort of go through life almost, unconsciously, through the language that we talk about, our interactions with the medical profession sort of reinforces certain beliefs too.
Yes.
Right?
And there's this expectation of deterioration. And I don't know about you, Christine. I mean, my kids are older. I've got a bunch of kids through college now. And just the conversation that people have, like, it's all about the kids now. It's almost like, well, it's their turn to take the reign and it's over for me. And I mean, you know how I feel about this. I feel like I'm just getting going here. But again, that's my mindset. But if you have the mindset that, the best is behind you, it will be. It will be, and you will deteriorate. And is that really what you want to do?
Right. So know that you are really powerful in creating this. Know that you're really powerful in manifesting this in the physical body. And that's why going back to, a tried and true tool is pay attention to that self-talk. Pay attention to that narrative that goes on, those all or nothing thinking and statements that, you don't want to make yourself right.
Yeah. And pay attention to your body. Right. I mean, there are some realities around us slowing down as we get older, and maybe sitting more, and maybe our body telling us, like, okay, you need to pay attention to this part of me. Christine and I both contend with our back and hips. But what do we do about that? We understand that everything is energy, and that if something hurts, the energy is blocked there. And it may have started with emotion that we didn't deal with, and then it might turn into pain. It might turn into body issues or illnesses, but it's a matter of getting the energy flowing. And how do you do that? You have different modalities. You have different stretching. We don't have to look at it as, oh, I must exercise, right? That's another have to, should. But what we would like to do is care about ourselves, care about our bodies, and treat it in a way to get the energy moving, which keeps us at optimal health.
Right. So, bringing that conscious awareness to the body in a way that doesn't see it as deficiency or brokenness or limitation. Just because their body's speaking to you, there's never anything wrong with it. It's always a message. And the question is, are you listening, and what are you going to do about it? Right. So we don't want to see the body as a deficient when it gives us feedback, because that's all it really is. So we want to be proactive. We want to, turn our attention to what's the root cause here, and what can I do to help bring my body back into balance? Because that's the whole thing. We're not really doing anything, right? We're getting out of the way. There's something that we're doing. It's something that we need to pay more attention to, that's blocking that flow of wellness, that blocking that path of healing and rebalancing, right? So many modalities. I mean, you and Lauren and I were talking about, we're looking at everything from yoga to Qigong, because that has the very, very powerful effect of not only working with the physical body, but really getting to that root cause, which is all the limiting, blocked emotions that manifest the issue to begin with. Right? The ability to release that from our tissues, right? The issue is in the tissues.
Yes. Get into the energetic body, right?
Yes.
And not only do we not want to see our body as deficient, we also don't want to see our body as separate from us.
Yes.
So often we take our bodies to doctors the way that we take our cars to the mechanic and say, oh, here, just fix this for me. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, the doctor can't feel what you're feeling. The doctor doesn't know your experience in life. These are all true to you and you alone. And you have the ability to heal yourself no matter what it is. And
absolutely.
keep yourself vital. And that's something else that is just a disconnect in our society, I feel.
Yeah. So, own it. Take ownership of your health and well-being, because you and you alone, quite honestly, are the only one that facilitates healing all the time. Right. So it comes down to how do you perceive, how to fix your body? How do you perceive healing in your body? Right. Mm-hmm. Is it something outside of you? Are you dependent on authority, at the expense of your own will, which I'm telling you, the science is unequivocal, right? The body is a self-healing entity, and our mind and our bodies are one continuum, right? So the mind first, biology follows.
Yes.
Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff.
And so, consider what your thoughts are on aging. Consider how you feel about getting older, and decide and determine if you're limiting your own vitality and if that's what you want. And it's completely in your power to shift it.
Absolutely.
We're here to tell you every single week.
So with that in mind, stay warm, stay youthful, stay vital. Think warm thoughts and think young, happy thoughts.
Exactly. And we will see you next Magic Monday.
All right, everybody.
Bye,
Take care.
Guys. Take care.